Well, it's been a very productive and exciting couple of weeks on our Moffat Beach project. Things have really come together since we installed our CLT panels, and the building's really starting to take shape. So over the past 2 weeks, the boys have been coming through the inside. We've completed all of our subfloor framing, and we had to get that in because that is the cavity where we're running most of the services on this project. So because the CLT is obviously solid paneling, we need to be able to get plumbing, air conditioning, electrical, security, intercom, like all of the services on this project have to be able to run around and get to the locations they have to. So we've done our subfloor framing, got all that set up, nice and leveled out, and then we've managed to help work in with our trades so that they could run all their pipe work through the locations that we had on site for them. We've done our wall framing in our wet areas. So the wet areas are the only rooms in the home that have actually got some wall framing, and then we got one wall in a bedroom, and that is again so we can get the services to where they need, mainly for air conditioning in those areas and all the pipe work for the vanities, the showers, the toilets and all those things. So there's been a lot of communication over the past couple of years and liaising with the architect to make all that come together. And now that we've got the guys on site starting the roughing, so we've had the plumber here this week, he's finished. We've got a big green sticker to say that that's all been signed off and passed. Something a little bit different on this project is we've actually got a full reticulation line. So this house is going to be very energy efficient, very sustainable. So we've got a full reticulation line on the hot water service. So that means the hot water system is cranked up as high as it can go to the highest temperature, and it just reticulates around the building. It's got a big loop basically, and then we've got individual tempering valves on each wet area. So it's a very efficient way to make sure that hot water's, you're not standing in the shower for 30 seconds, a minute waiting for the hot water. You've got hot water pretty much instantly. So lots of little things like that going into this project to make sure it's a lot more sustainable than normal, minimising waste and all those types of things. And the other really exciting part is we've had our Duce timber doors and windows delivered, so all of our external stuff. And it always excites me when we're working with Duce because the quality of their product is just unbelievable. Like, they are absolute craftsmen, the guys in their factory that build these timber doors and window frames. We'll give you some close-ups of the detail in them, but the boys have almost got all the ones that were already pre-made installed. We had to get a crane on site to lift all of those in because the weight of them with the size of the glass and the enormous jam. So because we've obviously got the solid CLT panels, some of our walls are quite thick, and then we've got a 40mm solid insulation, a 45mm batten, and then our 20mm recycled tallowood cladding. Some of the jams on these windows are 300 plus millimetres wide. So when you consider how thick they are, the type of timber they're made out of, they're incredibly heavy. So we've got a crane, we've got all the big ones lifted in. The guys are going around now getting them all set up because this is where all the details now are starting to fall into place. So our CLT panels are all CNC routed. All the window and door openings 10mm bigger than the window frames. And now we're putting all the window frames in. They all sit inside the face of the CLT panels by 10mm. And then we're going to create a 10mm shadow line around those windows. So the boys have got all the pre-made ones in. They're now coming through and putting together all the ones that come in basically flat pack form. So all the really large ones that go the full width of the house are all flat pack. So our team's now going to come through, put all the frames together, and then Duce will send their site glazing team out to install all the glass and all the slasher sliders and those types of things. So exciting times, it's all starting to come together. Probably one of the big things we're dealing with on this job is the bloody weather. It just will not stop raining. So we haven't been able to get the CLT completely sealed up. The boys are actually rushing around today because they're predicting a lot more rain next week. So we're going to go around, we're going to silicon and seal up the window frame to the CLT panel. We're going to get all our insulation tape on, and we're going to get, well, it's actually called Proctor Wrapping on this project. It's a really thick red wrapping. You'll see it in the video. It's a really good quality product. So that come out pre-installed on the large surfaces of the CLT panels, and we've now got to go around and put it on all the end grains, all the joints around the window opening. So the boys are trying to get that done today before we get too much more weather and get it sealed up, because We installed it, we got a lot of rain, and then we couldn't wrap it up because everything was wet and we couldn't install the tape and the Proctor wrapping onto it, so we've had to let it dry out. So now we're going to start dealing with that and make sure we're sealed up a lot better. It's actually working incredibly well on the roof. So at the moment on the roof, we've only got the Proctor wrapping. It can actually sit out in the harsh weather like for 3 to 4 months, which is obviously helping us get to a point where we're ready to put our roof paneling on. So it's all come together. It's the job's looking fantastic. The guys are doing an incredible job with their rough-ins. The carpenters are doing a great job, and we're only about a week away from starting to get onto all the external works of this job, and we're really looking forward to all of our recycled tallow wood cladding turning up so we can do a video on that with you guys as well.